Hello! Hello and welcome to the Ashby Bison Bass Academy. So we're going to be learning a song called Speedboat today. Get your trusty bass in hand and get going. We're going to start by we're going to play through the song together, or just me. I'm going to play it, but you can watch how I play it and just do that, and then we're going to do a little breakdown of all the parts. This song is probably better played with a pick, but you can play it with your fingers. Either way, it's fine. I'm going to have a sip of tea here. And we're going to get going. Just something to know before we start is the song is in G, and we're going to mostly be sticking around on those 4 frets, except we've got a bridge. The song has a bridge where we're going to go up to F. We're going to go to an F minor. But that doesn't really matter to us because we're just going to be playing that F up here, and we're going to hit a little power chord, a little fifth there. And let's get started. Play through the whole song. There's probably going to be some mistakes, but we're all going to make mistakes, and that's okay. The Ashby Bison Bass Academy mistakes are welcome and encouraged, even from the person who wrote the song. Okay. So we're going to come in here on a D. Come to chorus. Okay. So I obviously made a couple mistakes there, but the key principles of what we're doing here are intact. So here we go. We're gonna take a look at the verse first, which is the part that's gonna go. Okay, so it's gonna start here with some guitar on. Okay. So the guitar is starting, the chords are an E minor 7 to a D, and that D is going to have an F sharp in the bass. And then it's going to be a C add 9 to a G to a D. So really it's, for the bass, during that E minor 7, we're going to play a G. And when we're playing our G, we're kind of rocking back and forth between the root and the fifth. Right, that's the fifth, that D there. So we're going to go G to D to G to D, which is kind of a dorky little tuba rhythm, but in context with the song, I feel like it's a good bass part. I don't have to justify myself. Then we're going to go to a D. So from that G, we're going to a D. And that D, we're going to do that same thing, rocking back and forth, but instead of going to a fifth up here, we're going to do very polka tuba-y sort of thing to do. We are going to rock back and forth the 1 and the 5, but now it's going to be below, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to stay on that, so it's going to go E minor 7 while we're playing a G to a D. We're going to do a little chromatic walk down. That's going to be a D, C sharp, C. And then we're going to do the same thing when we're on our C chord. And then it's going to finish off with a G to a D, and we're not going to do the rocking back and forth on the fifth thing there because it's a lot. So from the beginning, we've got our G to our D to our C. And then I like to throw in a little tag because we're going going straight from, we're rocking back and forth on the 1 and the 5, and that 5 is a G, and the next chord we're going to is a G, so leading into that G, I like doing a little, and you hear that all the time when you're like in stuff. But another thing to note, you can't really see my picking hand, and I've been kind of all over the place in terms of playing this so far. I like to mute do a little palm mute and pick, which especially helps if you're playing a bass with flat wound strings. You get a real nice thumpy tone, which we love the thumpy tone at the Ashby Bison Bass Academy. Okay, so that's the verse. That's the verse. So we're gonna go. It's gonna end on a G to a D. And we're gonna do that same walk down when we're going into the chorus. And that chorus is going to start on a C, and you saw me kind of messing this up when we played it all the way through, but we're gonna do this thing where we could We could, but we've done that a lot already. That's kind of annoying now. So we can go C, and we're going to go that fifth above it, and then we're going to go to that major sixth. I think that's a major sixth. Let's see, that's A. No, that's a second, excuse me. Or, well, it's the sixth of C, but in G, that's our major second. Point being, it's the seventh fret on the D string. So we're going to do that thing. We're still keeping that doom, 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 doom rhythm. So we're going to go C, C, G, C, G to the 5, C, G, C, slide up to the 5. And then we're going to go a little, we're going to hammer on to go back to a G there. So the chorus is going to go a C, a G, and then a D with an F sharp in the bass where we're playing an F sharp, and then it's going to go back to a C, and then there's going to be a little walk down thing. You can do the walk down thing or you cannot do the walk down thing. That's your choice. Do a fun riff there or whatever. The guitar's doing a walk down. And that's besides the point right now. What we're doing, we're going to play this chorus. We're going to go. Doing that same. Then we're going to go to an F sharp. There's a lot of. If you like doing that, this is the song for you. Yeah, some more tea here. So when we're doing that, we're going from a G. We're going to go to the F sharp. So that F sharp is still going back and forth. But right when we're doing it here, we're doing a big stretch and still staying, we're still going to the D here. And that's because the guitar is playing a D chord with an F sharp in the bass, kind of around with the thumb around that trick. And then we're going to do a little walk down. We're going to walk down a G major. We're going to walk down from, we'll do the walk down. Let's do the walk down. So that's going from a D, which is the 5, to the 4, C, to the 3, to the 2. And we're going to, first time through, we're going to go back to the C. Anyway, that's that chorus. And we're going to go, when we finish off that chorus, everything's going to happen twice. We're going to go, it's beautiful. We're resolving we're walking down a major scale and ending on the 1. That's as resolved as we can get. And so we're going to go. Going back to that verse where we're doing and that's great. We're going to do another verse and it's going to be great. Then you're going to do another chorus, and then walking out of that chorus, the second time we hit a chorus, we're doing, oh my god, we're not going to the G or the C, we're going to an F. What the fuck? And the guitar's playing in F minor. That's not in G. That's not in G. What the fuck? Excuse me. It's part of my language. But we're going to hit an F minor. Now, if you want to emphasize that F minor, I like having it up here because that's where the guitar is playing it, and it's gives it a cool, like, woo. We're up here. But you could, if you want, to emphasize the fact that this is F minor, not F major. We're not in, we're not messing around with no F major. We're playing an F minor. You could play that that note there with that minor third, which that note is it's one above G. It's A flat or G sharp. That's a little weird. That sounds a little weird even in con. So you don't have to do that. You could like. You could do it if you want. That's cool. And then, but we're not in the scary land of F minor for very long because we're going back to a C. So we're just going back and forth, F minor, C, F minor, C, and then we're going to do a little walk down. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, you're Sweet Caroline in it, I think. To an A minor, but we're just, and you can just kind of do whatever here. Not that, but like, just. To a G. Excuse me. Dun, dun, dun. To an A minor, to G. And then that G is going to go into a G minor. Now you could just stay here on a G, or you could do the minor third thing. And then the whole thing is going to go to let's see. Let's go back and look at what we've done so far. So coming out of F, so we're going from an F minor to a C, back to the F minor, to the C, then we're going to go walk down, bum, 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 A minor, and then that A minor is going to go to a G major. Beautiful chord. We love a G major, but then that G major, oh shit, what's happening? It's going to turn into a G minor. And that G minor is like, whoa, unease. What? We just modulated from a major to a minor chord. What's going on? Oh, don't worry. D is here to save us. And the guitar's going to D, 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 D. And the guitar's going to hit a D to a D7, but you can just stay on that D. Back to that verse. And there's going to be a guitar solo happening there, which you probably heard when we played through it. That guitar solo is going to happen. We're going to go through the verse, and then we're going to go through the chorus, and then the song is done. That is it. Okay. That's the whole song. That's the song. We took 20 minutes to explain this. I'm sure as the series, the Ashby Bison Bass Academy series continues, we're going to get more efficient at explaining this. You can also skip around the video. But yeah, that's the song. Thank you.